8.3, part 2, writing and solving proportions. I can prove ratios are proportionate.
Excellent. So we can prove ratios are proportionate, but the first thing we need to do is actually write them. Yeah. We started off on number 1. I gave you a ratio table in a way. I told you that 2 ringtones cost $6. The next month, after you bought 2 ringtones for $6, you bought 3 ringtones for X amount of dollars. This one's pretty straightforward. You wrote your rate. That is a rate, right?
Yes.
You wrote what you knew on the second rate. X was your variable. You realized that 2 and 3, because we needed to go from 2 to 3, right?
Yes.
To get from 6 to X, right? Yeah. You realized 2 and 3 were not friendly numbers. So you did what your first thing is to do always. You
simplify.
And did that become much easier to work with then?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 to 3 was a nice friendly number. And we ended up getting $9, as you can see in the answer. Number 2, a little trickier in the fact that I did not give you all of the information in a way that you needed to solve this. I told you that a student I had an 80-point test and they needed to get 80%. We want to know how many points they had to get there. 80% tells us that we're dealing with 80/100ths, right?
Yes.
Because percents are based on what? So I never even gave you this number 100. You had to come up with that on your own, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So you know that to get 100%, you would have to score 80 points, right?
Yes.
But we don't really care about scoring 100%. We want to know how many points to get to 80%. So a proportion together lining up. So in order to get 80 over 100, we needed to score 64 points. And what Nick and Aiden did when they came up is they realized going from 100 to 80 is multiplying by 0.8, right? So then you do the same down here. What I suggested they do next time is what? What should they do with the 80 over 100? If they simplified that down to 4/5, they would have 4/5 equals x over 80, and you're dealing with a little bit of an easier number. It would multiply by, what is that, 16? Multiply by 16, is that right? And they'd get 64 points. But either way is cool. Kirby Puckett, again, didn't give you all the information you needed, but it was in the problem. He had a batting average of 250. We want to know how many hits he got after 84 at-bats. Mahad, head off your desk. Assign the variable. He had this many hits at this many at-bats, which means he had a batting average of 251 thousandths because this is what? How do you read that, you guys?
250,000.
So this is the exact same thing. It's just in fraction form, right? Cool. You actually have compatible numbers or friendly numbers when dealing with 84 and 1,000, but it became more obvious if you reduced 250 over 1,000 to 1 over 4. Right, Abby? Okay, and then the last one down here. I'm not going to go through this one. Same process. Set up your proportion. This time we used a rounded number of 3.70 because on our calculator, when you take 1,000 and divide by 27, it gave you 3.7 blah, 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 blah. So we rounded to the nearest hundredth and used that in our bubbles or for our arrows. Got it?
Yeah.
My suggestion, and it says it in the cheat sheet, make sure you keep your labels and your proportions to avoid confusion. So just like here, I have points, keep your labels